General Hospital spoilers, teasers that, yeah, okay, this whole thing is messy, like real messy. Not the cute soap messy either. More like you blink and suddenly there's a baby, a funeral, and nobody knows who the dad is. Classic Port Charles chaos, but dialed up weird. So Delilah, she's gone. Just like that. No big goodbye speech, no dramatic last confession in a hospital bed with everybody crying in slow motion. Nah, it was fast, ugly, unfair, internal bleeding, hit her out of nowhere, and boom, she didn't make it. 7 months pregnant too. Which already had people side-eyeing the situation like, wait, that's early, right? Yeah, it is, but things don't wait in this town. Nothing ever does. And here's the kicker. She had the baby. C-section. Emergency, rushed, probably alarms going off, doctors yelling over each other, that whole ER vibe, not glamorous at all. Baby girl made it though. Tiny, yeah, but tough. Like weirdly strong for a preemie. Nurses probably whispering she's a fighter like they always do. And somehow, against the odds, she's stable, breathing, holding on. But Delilah? Nah, she never even got to hold her. And now, the baby, this little girl, who doesn't even know how wild her entrance into the world was, is with Chase and Brooklyn. Yeah, them. Which at first feels random, like how did they even end up in this? But then again, it kind of makes sense if you don't think too hard. They've been circling the whole family thing for a while now, like they want it, but life keeps throwing curveballs. So now they got this baby, and suddenly everything feels real. Diapers, bottles, late nights, panic Googling symptoms at 3 a.m. Brooklyn probably acting like she's got it all handled, but inside, total spiral. Chase trying to be steady, like the good guy he always is, but even he's probably like, we're doing this? For real? And then they name her. Phoebe. Yeah, Phoebe. Not flashy, not dramatic, just soft, kinda old school. But it sticks. It fits the vibe. Like they didn't overthink it. Or maybe they did and just didn't want to say why. Names mean stuff in this town. Always do. Sometimes too much. They're talking adoption too. Not just babysitting, not just we'll help until family shows up. No, they're thinking long term. Like legally theirs, which is huge. Scary, huge. Because they don't even know where this baby really comes from yet. And that's the thing, right? And the whole time there's this question just hanging in the air like smoke that won't clear who's the father. Chase and Brooklyn, they're trying, like genuinely trying to track it down. Asking questions, digging into Delilah's past, piecing together scraps, but it's not easy. Delilah didn't exactly leave behind a neat little folder labeled baby daddy info. Nah, it's bits and pieces, half stories, things that don't quite line up. And then things start to feel off. Because there's this possibility, and it's one of those slow burn reveals that sneaks up on you. Michael, while he was out of town recovering from those burns, remember that whole situation? He was gone for a while, out of the picture, dealing with pain, rehab, all that heavy stuff. And in that time, he met someone. A nurse. You can see it, right? Hospital room, late nights, him frustrated, vulnerable, not at his best, her coming in, checking vitals, trying to keep things light. Maybe they joke a little. Maybe she stays a few minutes longer than she has to. And then one night it just happens. Not some epic love story. Not meant to be. Just a moment. Messy, human, probably not even planned. One of those we shouldn't, but we are situations. And then it's over. They move on. Or at least they think they do. That nurse could have been Delilah. And here's where it gets kind of wild. Because if that's true, then Phoebe isn't just some random orphan baby they're helping out. She's Michael's daughter. But nobody knows that. Not Chase, not Brooklyn, not even Michael himself. He's walking around town like normal, dealing with his own drama, his current relationship, everything completely clueless that his kid is literally right there, being raised by people he knows. And Delilah, she didn't even realize at first. Like, she probably left that hospital thinking it was just a one-time thing. No strings, no future. But then weeks go by, then months, and suddenly she's pregnant. And it doesn't take a genius to do the math. She tries to find him. That part matters. She wasn't just going to disappear and keep the secret forever. She came to town. She wanted to tell him. Maybe she rehearsed it 100 times in her head, like, hey, you don't really know me, but yeah, awkward as hell. But she never got the chance because the bleeding started sudden, scary, no warning, and instead of finding Michael, she ended up in surgery and then gone. So now there's this huge truth just sitting there, buried under bad timing and silence. And it doesn't stop there. Because Delilah wasn't just a nurse. Apparently she had this whole other side to her. She loved art. Like, really loved it. Not just casual, oh, that's pretty stuff. More like she studied it, felt it, maybe even painted a little herself. There's talk she was planning to visit Ava's gallery, which, okay, that's interesting, because Ava, she notices things, she connects dots other people miss. If Delilah showed up, even briefly, Ava might remember her. A conversation, a comment about a painting, something small but specific. And if Ava starts digging, yeah, she could be the one who cracks it open. Like, imagine Ava putting it together before anyone else. That would be so on brand. And dropping that truth at the worst possible moment too, because timing has never been her strong suit. And then there's Jacinda, Michael's current girlfriend, or for now anyway. She might know something too. Not everything, not the full story, but enough to stir the pot. Maybe she knew Delilah casually. Maybe they worked in the same circles. And she knows Delilah was involved with a burn patient. Doesn't know who. Just knows it happened. So when the pieces start lining up, when she realizes that patient was Michael, yeah, that's not going to go over well. Because from her perspective, it looks bad. Like, really bad. Like you had a whole secret past hookup that resulted in a baby and you didn't even mention it, except he didn't know. But try explaining that without sounding guilty. Good luck. Jacinda's not the type to just shrug that off either. She's going to react, probably walk away. Maybe not immediately. Maybe there's yelling first, some accusations, that whole messy breakup energy, but it's coming. And honestly, that might open another door. Christina, yeah, that shift's been kind of simmering under the surface already. Tension, connection, something unspoken. If Jacinda's out with Michael, hurt, confused, needing someone who gets it, Christina could step in. Not planned, not calculated, just happens. And suddenly the story bends in a whole new direction. Meanwhile, Chase and Brooke Lynn are still over here falling in love with this baby. Like every day it gets harder to imagine giving her up. Phoebe's not just Delilah's daughter anymore. She's theirs. In every way that counts, except legally. Except biologically. So what happens when the truth comes out? Because it will. It always does. Michael's going to find out he has a daughter he never knew about, who's already bonding with another family. Chase and Brooke Lynn are going to have to face the possibility that Phoebe might not stay with them. That all the late nights, the lullabies, the tiny clothes folded in drawers, it could all shift. And the worst part, nobody's really the villain here. It's just bad timing, missed chances, life being unfair. Delilah wanted to tell the truth. She didn't get to. Michael didn't know. He would have stepped up, probably, or at least tried. Chase and Brooke Lynn, they just wanted to help. And now they're attached. It's one of those situations where every outcome kind of hurts, and yet you can't look away